come on in and check it out. What's going on? Happy hump day. Got 5 more picks for you. If you haven't checked out that early video, make sure you click on it at the end of this video. I will put it up. I had 5 picks in that one, 2 official, 3 that I walked through, but I got 5 more. I'll talk about it. Massive 12-game slate on our hands here, which again is fantastic. I think we got a few that we can take advantage of and hopefully have a nice profitable day. Man, Crowder could not hit the broadside of a barn, man, yesterday. If he would have hit a couple more shots, we would have went 6-2 yesterday, but we ended up going 4-4 with Jay Crowder just actually laying a stinker. Kevin Durant did as well. Decided to flame some people who bet him in parlays on Instagram. If you haven't checked that out, it's kind of funny. But again, hey, we get right back on it. 12-game slate. Love these. And again, you guys have been awesome, man. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you want me to keep doing these videos for you guys. Try to answer everything I can in the comment section for you guys. And if you don't have that Prizepicks account, make sure you head on over there and use that promo code DFSArmy and get yourself a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And I got something else for you too. If you want a free membership, 1-month membership at DFSArmy, then if you are a new subscriber to Prizepicks, then I got you some stuff in the description below. Follow those steps and you can get a free month of DFSArmy VIP membership if you are a brand new Prizepicks account sub. So with that, hey, let's dive right into it. All right, like always, we have the NBA Prizepicks desktop version up here. Gonna go over the plays that I have. I got 5 of them for you. 2 that, could a little bit worrisome, but I do like them still. And 3 that I absolutely love. And I'll finish those off first. The first one we're gonna go here. We've been hitting this nonstop. And they just don't have anybody left. And that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm okay with going over 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm okay with going over 49 fantasy points, honestly. But I'm going to stay with the points. He's going to continue to score. He's went over this mark in 7 of his last 10 games. Yes, they're going up against Minnesota. It makes me a little bit nervous because he's been on this train for a while. Minnesota's 14.5 point favorites, 231.5 or 231.5 over under. The shots though, man, 18, 23, 21, 23, 16, just massive amount of shots here. The minutes, 35 minutes a game over his last 5. And he's had some hard matchup. Utah still put up 33 fantasy points. Milwaukee, 33. Just did it in Minnesota, back on March 4th. He put up 33 as well. So, again, going up against Minnesota here, all those guys are out. Minnesota is ranked first in pace with 103.2 possessions per game. It's something that, he thrives in. I'm just going to keep riding this as long as all those guys are out. I think they just shut down Lou Dort for the season. So again, it's the SGA show, and I'm just going to keep riding this until, it gets to about 31 or 32. Then I'm just going to back away. But if it's going to be under 30, I'm going to keep riding it. It's been really profitable, and we'll keep going here. The next one we're going to talk about that I do like, we're going to talk about Donovan Mitchell. We're going to go over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, I don't know if you've watched many games lately with Portland, but they are an atrocious team. Absolutely pathetic. Utah is favored by 18 here. The reason why this, again, makes me a little bit nervous to take is, the Portland's so bad, and he probably won't see the fourth quarter. But 33.5, he could get 30 points by halftime, how bad this team is. He's went over this mark in 5 of his last 8 games. He's played Portland once back on November 29th, where he put up 37. Portland is ranked 27th in points allowed, 13th in rebounds allowed, 29th in assists allowed. He should be able to do whatever he wants here. The juice is on the over at around minus 125, and that's at a 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, where a lot of books has already moved him up. So we get a whole point here. Again, the only reason he doesn't hit this is in a blowout. If you look at crappy teams like this that he's faced in the past, OKC put up 38. Houston, he put up 49. Struggled against Dallas, but they're a good defensive team. Same with Phoenix. So bad teams, I think Mitchell's going to show out. I think he's a little bit overrated overall as a player. He has some hot streaks in him, but against bad teams, he tends to crush. So we're going to go over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists for him. The next one we're going to go here, one that makes me, I won't say nervous. I like it, but it always comes down to his minutes, right? And that is Clint Capela. And I like it a lot of different ways here. Points, rebounds, and assists, or fantasy score. I think the two that I like the most are rebounds and fantasy score here. I'm going to pick the rebounds on this one, but fantasy score has been doing really well as going up against Milwaukee. The last 4 games he has played against Milwaukee, he's put up 33.6 fantasy points, 27.3, 43.2, and 39.4. So, but those are like 32, 34, 37, 31 minutes. And that's what it always scares me with Capela, is just the minutes, right? He's averaging 28 minutes a game over his last 5. He's played Milwaukee once this year where he put up 32 minutes. And if we're going to see 32 minutes, I would crush the over on all of these. So use that when you're making your judgment here of what you're going to do with him. If you're going to lean over, if you're going to play, over rebounds and fantasy points, because this is not like a massive spread here. Milwaukee's favored by 4.5 with a 240 over under. Massive total, but a close spread. And so they're probably going to need Clint Capela here to go up against, Bobby Portis, because they start Portis at the 5 and Giannis at the 4. So I like the rebounds here. And the points, rebounds, and assists I like as well, but we're going to go rebounds. He's went over this mark in 4 of his last 5 games and 7 of his last 10. So again, he's put up 13 rebounds in that game against Milwaukee, and I think they're going to need his size. Milwaukee's ranked 14th in rebounds allowed, 13th in offensive rebounds, 16th in defensive rebounds. So I'm going to lean with the over rebounds here, but I'm perfectly fine if you want to go fantasy points as well. As like I said, he's went over this in all 4 games that he's played, and we could even go back further. He's went over the last 6 games. He's went up against Milwaukee. Back when he's with Houston, a few of those games, he went over 27 fantasy points. So one of them, but we're going to go rebounds for this purpose of the video for the official play here. The next two we're going to talk about, I like a ton. Probably won't get a lot of love out there. I'm not sure. I talked about this gentleman in our underdog video that I did yesterday, and he crushed. And we're talking about Wendell Carter Jr., ex-Bull, now in the Orlando Magic. And we're going to go over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists here. He's absolutely crushed this. The juices, the line on some of these books out there is like 27, 26.5. And so we're getting 24.5 here. He's went over this in 5 in his last. He's went over this mark in 9 of his last 9 games. Going up against the Pelicans, ranked 14th in points allowed, 3rd in rebounds, 10 in assists. He plays right there in the power forward position, so he doesn't have to go up against Joval. He's going up against Herb Jones and or Jackson Hayes, whoever they put up there. Let me see the lineup real quick so I can see who he's going up against. Probably gonna go up against, looks like Jackson Hayes in that power forward position. Or I guess you go Herb Jones or Jackson Hayes, but probably Jackson Hayes. But again, the over, even on the 26.5, 27 line, is juiced over the minus 120. He's just been crushing this. I'm gonna keep riding this. The Pelicans are favored by 9, 223 over under, and he's just been playing so well lately. The minutes have been there for him as well, which has been fantastic. Over his last 5 games, he's averaging 33 minutes, which has been good. And they're gonna need his size in this game. If they're gonna play Hayes and Joval, they're definitely going to need his size. So we're gonna go the over on Wendell Carter Jr. here. The last one we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about a guy that kind of all over the place sometimes, but we're going to talk about Pascal Siakam. And yes, we don't know right now about the news in terms of apologize. Van Fleet. Van Fleet is going to play. Flynn is out, so that changed. So Van Fleet's going to play, but this is a really nice total in this game as well. I think it's a 230 over under in this game. Toronto favored by, or Toronto's favored by 1.5. Going up against the Spurs. The Spurs are ranked third in pace, 102.4 rebound rate. They're pretty bad in that as well. Defensive efficiency is kind of in the middle of the pack at 18th, but they give up 26 points allowed, 25. 25th in rebounds and allow, 14th in assists. And I'm going to go fantasy score here. Out of all these, fantasy score over 40. I think he gets it done. Siakam loves these games where he gets up and down. Fast-paced games, I love attacking Siakam here. Now, he's only played him once against the Spurs, back on January 4th. He only played 28 minutes that game and put up 36.9 fantasy points. But before that, played the Spurs, put up 49.2 in 37 minutes, 47 in 43 minutes, and 50 in 37. So he's went over this mark in 3 of the last 4 games playing the Spurs. And I don't mind if you want to take, points, rebounds, and assists either. It's sitting at 36.5. So if you wanted to take that, but I prefer the fantasy score if you're going to pick him, because those blocks and steals add up. And, with the Spurs, they play, kind of sloppy. They're a young team. I just prefer taking the fantasy points. So a little recap here. We have SGA over 29.5 points. Donovan Mitchell over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Clint Capela over 10 rebounds. Wendell Carter Jr. over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Pascal Siakam over 40 fantasy score. So with that, I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button on your way out, and let's keep on trucking. Happy hump day. See you on the flip side. Deuces.